So everything's canceled right now. It's just the world we live in, but we still need to move, especially in times like these when everything's just a little crazy and stress and anxiety are just all out of whack and there's just a lot to deal with. There's a lot of unknowns. The best way we can cope is to stay healthy, stay well. And exercise is a big part of that. So I've decided to film my 30-minute fit class that I normally teach at Amana. Here in my living room, I've moved my coffee table. I'm in front of my 30-year-old cat-destroyed couch, but we're just gonna make it work. You don't need much. It's body weight only. It's gonna be a full body class. It's all interval training. It'll be like 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off, and then you're done. So enough talking, let's just get into it. All right, so let's start out by rolling our shoulders up, back, and down. Nice deep inhales as you bring it up, exhales as you take it down, and then let's reverse, bring it back up and forward. Working at home, let's make it work. Take your feet just a little bit wider. Inhale the hands up and overhead. Exhale it back and down. Let's bring the arms wide, about shoulder height. We're gonna take the right arm, bring it out over towards the left, open it back up, and then flip it to the other side. Just warming up the side a little bit, moving those shoulders as well. Good. Last one, open up, release, bring the feet in under the hips and take it to a nice march. We're going to get the arms moving at the same time. If it feels all right, you can go into a light jog right here, landing softly on the balls of your feet, keeping those shoulders relaxed and that core is engaged already. Beautiful. Bring it back down, take your feet nice and wide. Hands come to the tops of the thighs, take your hips back and down. We're going to drop the right shoulder a little bit as we look to the left. Inhale, coming through center, then dropping the left shoulder as you look to the right. All right, coming back to center, hands go low, hips go high, turn the heels out just a little bit. Inhale, roll it all the way up nice and slow. Head comes up last, resetting the shoulders. Bring the feet back under the hips, coming back to a light march, or taking it to that light jog. Core is on, shoulders are relaxed. If this feels all right, high knees. Good. I'm just imagining you guys are doing great. Everyone's doing fantastic. Right, Otis? Yeah, see, he's congratulating. He's like, yeah, good job. So much enthusiasm. All right, start to bring it back down. We're gonna take it into some knee hugs. So we're pausing one knee at a time, hugging it in towards the chest. Always focusing on your breath as you do this. Helping with the balance. Last one. Now we're going to focus on the back side of our legs. We're going to bring your heel just about a foot in front of the other. Hips go back. So the other knee, is bent. Hands come to the top of those thighs. Hold for a moment. Roll up and then reverse and flip it to the other side. Roll it up. Now we're going to add a little sweep. Bringing that heel down, hands come up overhead. As you hinge back, sweeping back and forth and switching sides. One more on each side. Good. Reset the shoulders. Maybe give the knees just a couple circles, warming up the hips a little bit more. Then take it to the opposite side. Beautiful. Reset your shoulders. All right. So we're going to go into our first full block of work. Ease into it. And then when you start to feel good, then you can start pushing a little bit more. So up first, we're gonna have 4 exercises. We're gonna repeat them twice. Each exercise is gonna be 20 seconds of work. We'll have a 10-second break, and then we'll move on. Up first, we're gonna stick with some good old bodyweight squats. Feet come a little bit wider than the shoulders, toes turned out slightly. Weight's gonna be in the heels. We're going all the way down, all the way up. Then we're gonna see a split squat. So we're gonna come into a lunge position. Feet are now hip distance apart. Both feet have equal pressure. We're gonna be lowering straight down, straight up. And then we're gonna come back to our squat. This time we're gonna hold it down and do some pulses. Rise up, and then we're gonna do our split squat on the other side, all right? We're gonna begin in 5 seconds. Reset your shoulders, coming to that nice squat stance, and let's begin. 20 seconds. Dropping the hips down, and as you bring it up, squeezing into the glutes, sending the hips forward. Chest stays proud, nice strong core. So what I mean by that is you're staying nice and supported through the core. We're not relaxing into it. And one, release, good. Shake it out. Let's head into our split squat. So feet stay hip distance as you step back. Let's step our right foot back first, dropping the back knee down, rise up and down. Now you can go at your own pace. Do not feel like you need to match my pace. Just set it up, focus more on the quality of the form than the quantity. We want our hips over our shoulders, nice long spine. Just in general, for everything we do, we want to stay nice and tall. Good, step it in, shake it out. We're going into our pulse. Squat pulse. Feet come back a little bit wider than the shoulders, toes turn out slightly. Ready? Let's go. Taking it down and then stay down. If for whatever reason this does not feel good, just stick with full body weight squats, working with your own depth. Keep breathing. It's warm when you're not in an air-conditioned gym. 3, 2, 1, and rise. Good. Shake it out. We're gonna go to our split squat, coming to the other side, this time stepping our left foot back. Feet are hip distance apart, and let's begin. Dropping that back knee straight down, pulling it straight back up. Your core helps through all of this. It helps to lift, helps support. Believe it or not, these moves aren't just for the legs. It's for the core too. 2, 1, step it in, shake it out, good. We're going back to the top, doing it all again. You know, I'm suffering for you guys because I can't turn my fan on because of audio. Yeah, welcome. Squats. Weights in the heels. You're light in the toes. Think twinkle toes. I think there's going to be some interesting things coming out of my mouth. It's not very often that I work out by myself and talk through it. 2, 1, and release. Shake it out. Split squat. Let's send our right foot back. Feet under the hips. Maintain that as you step back. Shoulders over the hips. 2, 1, and begin. Adjusting your footing if you need, but be mindful. You're not sending all of your weight forward or back. It's equal. As if you're in between two planes of glass, you're just sliding down and up. And release. Step it in, shake it out. Squat pulses again. Coming back to our nice squat stance. Whew, shake up those legs a little bit. 2, 1, and begin. Take it low and hold. So as I mentioned, work with your own depth. If this is too low, you can stay up a little bit. That's it. We've got 10 seconds. Keeping that core on strong. I've got cats distracting me. 2, 1, rise it up. Shake it out. Split squat. Left foot steps it back this time. Feet under the hips, shoulders back and down. Step back and begin. That's it. Hang on. Always breathing. 2, 1, step it in. Good. Shake it out. All right, that's our first round done. Catch your breath, grab a little sip of water. We're moving on to our next full block. So up first, we're gonna see some side leg lifts. Feet are under the hips, shoulders are back and down. We're gonna work one side only, lifting and lowering. Nice active legs as we do this. Being mindful that the leg that's not moving, we're not locking the knee. We're gonna keep a little bit of softness in that knee as we do this. We'll do one side and then we'll do the other side. Then we're gonna go in some knees. So feet hip distance apart, stepping one foot back, shifting your weight into the front leg a little bit. Hands come up overhead. From here, we pull it all together. We'll do one side and then the other side. All right, so let's get going. 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. We've got 8 seconds and then we begin. Side leg lift. Shoulders are back and down, feet are under the hips. A little bit of softness in your left leg as we then lift the right. Look out, Oscar. Nice active legs. So the foot that's lifting is flexed to help maintain that. Now be mindful, as you lift, it's not about getting as high as you can. We're really focusing down the side of that leg. We wanna watch that we're not also adding a lean to it. And release. Shake it out. We're gonna take it to the other side. Always resetting the shoulders, engaging that core. Soften the knees. Left leg gets ready, and let's go. Notice my upper body stays relatively stationary. We're not leaning, we're staying lifted, but grounded, if that makes sense. 2, 1, and release. Shake it out. All right, knees, feet, hip distance apart. Step your right leg back. Hands come up overhead. From here, drawing it straight in. Knees towards the chest, elbows pull in towards the hips. The weight's in that front leg, but you're still creating, so if I slow it down, nice and long. You can keep this as slow as you need. 2, 1, and release. Good. I just had to put a little bit of music on. I had to. All right, feet hip distance, left leg back, hands come up overhead, and begin. Eye gaze always slightly ahead. Being mindful that you're not just dropping your head. That's it, 8 seconds. Slow it down if you need to. Ha! We're halfway through. Heading back to our side leg lifts. The heart might be pumping a little bit. Focus on your breath. Get grounded. Right leg lift and lower. In between each, if you need to tap that toe down, do it. But if you can, try to keep it hovering the whole time. Keeping it engaged and close to the work. Good, and release. Let's take it to the other side. One more side leg lift, and then we don't see them again. Left leg gets ready, shoulders are back, and begin. I really hope you guys are doing this. Otherwise, I feel very silly right now. But you know what? No, I don't care, because I'm moving. I feel better. I have a ton of stuff to do today, but taking this time, so important. And release. Dance breaks in between are optional or mandatory. Knees, right leg back, hands up overhead, and begin. Staying grounded into that left leg. Slow it down if you need to. That's it, we've got 8 seconds. Hang on, keep breathing, keep moving. Ha! All right, let's do it. Other side, we're almost done. Block 2, we're almost halfway through. That's how fast this moves. And begin. The second time around, sometimes feel a little bit heavier, a little bit more fatigued. Work with it. Using your form, always as the standard, and then pushing from there. 2, 1, ha. We're gonna head down onto the floor, onto our mats. All right, so now we're working on our mat. So our next 4 exercises, still 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. Up first, we're gonna see a knee hover. Hands come directly under the shoulders, knees under the hips, curl the toes, lift the knees just a little bit, and hold. Then we're gonna come all the way down into a chest to ground push-up. So the hands come down under the shoulders, tuck the chin a little bit. You can do this from the toes or the knees. You take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, pressing all the way up. And then reset, chest down to the ground, and repeat. Then we're gonna come over into a bit of a reverse tabletop, and we're gonna work on our triceps. So, feet are flat, hands in behind. Now, I do find it comfortable to have my fingers facing in towards my hips and heels. Some people prefer to have them out. It's gonna depend more on your own body structure. So work with it, make sure it feels all right. So from here, you can keep the hips low, elbows come back. We're sinking back into it, pressing back up. If you wanna make this a little bit more challenging, you're gonna lift the hips, same idea. If you want another layer, you're gonna lift one leg at a time. Being mindful, the focus is on the arms rather than the legs. Don't knee yourself in the face, getting too excited. All right, then we're gonna do a V-sit. So we're gonna sit on that cushy part of our butt. We're gonna lean back, option 1, feet stay down, hands come behind the thighs, lift the chest and hold. Option 2, release the feet, then release the hands, and then if it feels all right, straighten the legs. And if this is still easy, don't let the feet touch. It kind of messes with your stability a little bit and gives you that bit of extra challenge. But every single level will be a challenge. Don't push yourself beyond the point of safety and pain. Listen to your body first. All right, so we're gonna have 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off, starting with our knee hover. Hands come directly under the shoulders. Shoulders are back and down. Knees under the hips. Curl the toes. 2, 1, lift and hold. Pulling that belly in. Lifting the chest, creating a little bit of space through the upper back. Eye gaze just slightly ahead. We want to be mindful we're not dropping the head, and we aren't looking ahead either. We're keeping it nice and neutral. Right, Otis? He is so enthused right now. And release. Good. Maybe shake out those wrists a little bit. We're going to head all the way down onto our chest, coming down on the ground for our chest to ground push-ups. Knees or toes. Inhale. Exhale as you lift up. Reset. And then begin again. Couple things to note with push-ups. You're not trying to draw your upper body up. Engage the legs, lift the hips a little bit first. Exhale, pressing it all up as one unit. Good. And release. Coming over, flipping around, getting ready for our tricep dips. Feet are on the floor, hands come in behind, elbows are in and tucked. Lift and bend. Sending the elbows straight back. Of course, if you have a chair, feel free to do some tricep dips on a chair. I'm just trying to keep this all body weight and simple, you know? We're going into our V-sit. Feet are flat, hands come in behind the chest, lift the chest, lean back, and hold. Taking the option that works for you today. Whichever option you choose, the common thread between all of it is your chest. Staying nice and lifted, shoulders are back. Breathe. A little shake is a good thing. 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Awesome. Let's go back to the start. Knee hover. Just for the fun of it, I'm gonna flip myself around. I think this is my better side anyways. All right, let's go. Lift and hold. If you're feeling a lot of pressure in the wrists, curling the fingers and taking a bit of the weight into the fingers makes a huge difference. Good, and release. Shake it out, chest to ground push-ups. I know everybody loves push-ups. At least they will love them. Get ready, and let's go. Inhale, exhale to press up. Reset, you can lower the knees first if you'd like. This is the full body helping out here. We're not just relying on the arms to press everything up. And release. All right, flipping around, coming into our tricep dips. 2, 1, lift, and let's begin. So of course your option, keeping the hips down, sinking back, and lift. Good, and release. Shake it out, V-sit. Finding that cushy part of your butt, lean back, lift the chest, hands can stay in behind the thighs, or adjust, level up if you would like. Embrace the shake, embrace it, keeping that beautiful quality of the form intact. 2, 1, and release. Good job. Third block done. We only have one full block to go, and then a little fun something, which if you've been to my class, you know what's coming. Next up, we're gonna have 4 exercises again, but this time we're only gonna go through it once. 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds off each. At first, we were just practicing for it. Now we're doing the real thing. We're doing full push-ups. You can choose whichever variation of a push-up you want. Wall push-up, knees, modified, toes, advanced. Doesn't matter. You do you on this one. So we're gonna be doing push-ups first, then we're gonna do some hover taps. So what I refer to as a hover, we come down onto our elbows. Elbows are directly into the shoulders. You can do this from the knees or the toes. We're gonna tap one foot out to the side and then the other. From the knees, you're basically straightening one leg out at a time. Then we've got some plank knees. So we're gonna come up onto the wrists. You can do this from the knees or the toes. The knees are coming straight in. You can keep these nice and slow, or you can run it if you want. Now, what I'm actually gonna do is a triple knee, but it can get a little bit complicated, so if it's easier, I'd rather you just focus on taking the knees straight in. If you want a little bit more, I'll try and show from a better angle. So you're basically gonna take one knee at a time. It's gonna go in, cross, outside, and then back. In, cross, outside, and back. In, cross, out, back. In, cross, out, back. Then we're gonna lie down and do some shoulder squeezes. So we're lying down, tops of our feet are flat, shoulders are back, arms are gonna go out. Oh no. Arms are gonna come to a T formation if you also don't have space. We're gonna lift the chest, we're gonna hold it, and then squeeze the shoulder blades together from here. So we're not lifting and lowering, we're staying lifted and then squeezing. All right, 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off. Let's go. Beginning in 10 seconds. Push-ups are first. Whichever variation. Knees, toes, elbows are going back and wide, and let's go. Your breath is important. Inhale down, exhale up. When you start to feel your form dropping, take it down a notch, reset, and work from there. It's been a little while since I did a lot of toe push-ups, so I'm being mindful of that and sticking with the knee push-ups so I don't get too excited while filming myself and go further than I should. That's it. 2, 1, and release. Haha. 20-second rest. We're going into our plank knees next. So taking the variation, going straight in, or in, cross, out, and back. Nope, hover taps. Hover taps are next. 2, 1, let's go. See, it's just like the real class when I get forgetful and cue the wrong move. But at least I caught myself this time. Look, I can do it. Eye gaze is slightly ahead. Once again, being mindful that we're not dropping the head or cinching the neck. I just noticed some dirt. I guess I need to clean after this. Hips and shoulders are in line. We're being mindful we're not dropping or lifting the hips. Shoulders stay with the elbows. 2, 1, and release. Now we're doing our shoulder squeezes. Plank knees, plank knees. Oh boy. He doesn't even laugh at me. Ready? 4, 3, 2, 1, and begin. So knees can go straight in, one at a time, or in, cross, out, and back. Breathing, option of course, from the knees. Knees come straight in and back. It's less about bringing the knee forward as it is about really getting into that core by bringing the knee forward. In, cross, out, back. If this is getting too much on the wrists, just come down onto the elbows and hold. 2, 1, and release. And now we're doing shoulder squeezes. Finally got one. All right, lying down on our bellies. Tops of the feet are flat. Shoulders tuck back. Chin tucks in. Extend the arms out all the way with the thumbs up if you can. If you don't have the space, T formation. Lift the chest, hold it, and then squeeze the shoulder blades from here. Being mindful of the feet. We don't want the feet flying up right now. We're just focusing on the upper body. If this does not feel good on the shoulders though, bring the hands stacked, rest the forehead, lift and lower the legs. So kind of the reverse of what we're doing. Continuing to breathe. Eye gaze just slightly ahead. We're almost there. 3, 2, 1, and release. One thing I always like to end my class with is a 1-minute bonus, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna keep things nice and simple for our bonus. We're gonna do a squat hold, or if you have some wall space, you can do a wall sit. Either way, we know what a squat looks like. We're simply gonna drop our hips and we're holding. This is your optional round. It's 1 minute only. Do as much or a little bit as you can and just see what happens. So let's get ready. Feet are a little bit wider than the shoulders. Toes turn out slightly so the knees can track with the toes. We're gonna get ready in 3, 2, 1, and begin. 1 minute. You're grounded in the heels, the hips are back, your chest is proud so we're not collapsing over. Now, I say hold, but if you got some tunes on and you wanna dance a little bit, that's okay, as long as you're staying nice and low. If you need to, at any point, rise up out of it, shake it out, and then get right back into it. But hey, we're almost halfway through, so we got this. I'm listening to no music right now. I just got music in my head, and it probably is not gonna make any sense. We've passed the halfway mark, hang on. Keeping those hips back, chest is proud, core is nice and strong. We're not collapsing out of it, we're staying lifted. All right, we've got 15 seconds, hang on to it. Ready for our countdown? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly press up, shake it out. Good job. Let's stretch it out. So we're gonna start out with we're just gonna open up the chest first. So you can keep a little bit of movement going in the lower body, taking the arms wide, lifting the chest, looking up slightly. And then as you exhale, bring the hands in front of your chest, pressing the hands away. You can tuck the chin a little bit, opening through the upper back. Reaching the arms up overhead, and then releasing the arms down. We're gonna come into a quad stretch. So picking up the right leg first, shifting your weight to the left leg. You can hang onto the wall, couch, chair, or bring your finger to your nose, your earlobe, or your belly button. All helps to kind of bring you back to your center and be able to hold your balance. You do not have to do it in sequence. Just choose one. 3, 2, 1, and release. Let's shake it out, take it to the other side. I also find sometimes with my balance to bring the arm out to the side as well can kind of help, but just whatever works for you. The focus, of course, is on the stretch rather than the balance right now. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth, trying to calm the system. And release, shake it out. We're gonna bring our right heel in front. So in the warm-up, we did these as a dynamic stretch. Now we're gonna hold it, sending the hips back, bringing the hands to the top of the left leg, or whichever leg is back. Front toes can be lifted or flat, whatever feels best for you. Still keeping a nice long spine. Inhale to roll it up, and let's take it to the opposite side, stepping the other heel forward, shifting the hips back and down. Beautiful, beautiful work, everybody. I'm just sure of it. I'm confident. Rolling it up. The foot that's in front, we're gonna bring to behind for an IT band stretch. So the foot that's now in behind, arm comes up and over. So if you're with me, it's probably your left leg that's in behind. Keeping that chest open, open to the front, drawing the shoulder back. Release, switching it to the opposite side. Stepping your right foot in behind now. Inhale to lift, and then lean, getting a nice stretch down the side of the body and side of the hip. Thank you guys so much for doing this with me today, or at least amusing me by telling me that you did. I hope you guys are moving. Inhale to come back up and release. Let's reset our shoulders. Then bring your right arm across the body, hugging it in as you lower the shoulder back and down. Sorry, the mic's right there. I really hope that throughout all this weird strangeness that's happening right now, you guys are still moving. The outdoors is a great place for social distancing, keeping space. Fresh air is so important, especially when we're stressed. So please make sure you're still moving. We're taking this one day at a time. We're literally all in this together. Release, and let's take it to the opposite side. And I mean, if you guys like this video, let me know. Maybe I'll do more. I don't know. This is kind of an experiment. Wasn't sure how this was gonna go. Still not sure how it went, but hopefully you got something out of it. And release, reset your shoulders, and just like that, we're done. Colin's getting impatient upstairs, so that's it. Have a good day, guys.